the team for the first 3 ODIs versus New Zealand was announced today. And here's the team. MS Dhoni is the captain. Rohit Sharma, Ajinkya Rahane, Virat Kohli, Manish Pandey, Suresh Raina, Hardik Pandya makes a return to the team. Remember, he was dropped. Akshar Patel, Jayant Yadav comes there, Amit Mishra, the leg spinner, Bumrah is there, Dhaval Kulkarni, Umesh Yadav, Mandeep Singh and Kedar Jadhav. Now, a lot of them were, remember, on that tour to Zimbabwe a short while ago. Okay. Joining us now, I have with me our correspondent Jaideep, who was there at the selection committee meeting. Before I go across to Aakash for all the technical analysis, Jaideep, just tell us 2 quick questions. No Ashwin and Jadeja there in the team. Have they been dropped or rested? Do you have any clarity on that?
Well, they have been rested. The new chairman of selectors, M.S.K. Prasad, is very clear that a lot of this sort of senior players have been given rest, keeping in mind, one, that the long season ahead for India, that they're going to be playing sort of 13 tests at home, and the fact that they want to test out some of these younger players, keeping in mind next year's Champions Trophy in England. So a combination of both, giving some of the young players a chance and giving some of the senior players a rest, because they've got now a tough series against England at home. Then they've got Bangladesh coming as well. So it's a long season. They want to try and give everyone a chance here.
Okay, so they have been rested. That's very clear. Thanks so much for that. Jaideep, Aakash, now I'll come to you. Firstly, Jaideep says 2 of these spinners rested. Do you think that's a right call? Because, you know, in test matches, we didn't expect New Zealand to put up such a good fight. They have. In one-day cricket, they're more dangerous. They just played the final of the 2015 World Cup. Do you think it's a wise call to rest 2 of your best spinners?
Well, it's a sword that cut both ways. While I understand and agree why these guys have been rested, because you've got these 5 wonders and then 3 against England before you actually start playing Champions trophies. You don't really have time to look for talent, and if you have any queries to answer, you need to know right now, right here, right now. So this is the time you'll get to know whether Akshar Patel, Jayant Yadav and Amit Mishra will actually make the cut. Even Shami is rested. So the opportunity is there for Umesh Yadav, Jasprit Bumrah and Dhaval Kulkarni to make a mark for themselves. In addition to these players who've been rested, there is no KL Rahul, there is no Shikhar Dhawan. So it's pretty much a very new, young-looking Indian ODI unit, barring Mahendra Singh Dhoni, who's back at the helm come the limited overs cricket.
Okay.
So I'm pretty okay with the fact that these guys have been rested. Yes, we will be pushed. We might just lose a 1 day or 2, but that's all right, because you have the bigger picture, the larger picture in mind.
Okay, Aakash, just going back to that last ODI series, which was against Zimbabwe. After that, India played a lot of T20 cricket. MS Dhoni went for that particular series. You know, that was a rarity. He's not been going to the Zimbabwe tours. Do you see some effects of that in this team? Because a lot of players who went on that particular tour have been included in this. And of course, captain does have a major say in selecting the team.
Oh, well, and why shouldn't he? He is the one who's going to lead his troops out on the field against the opponents. So Mahendra Singh Dhoni was there on that tour to Zimbabwe. He had a very close look at some of the guys who were there. Manish Pandey did well, so did Kedar Jadhav. So these 2 guys are definitely there. And then Hardik Pandya did well on that Australia A tour or India A tour to Australia. So he did all right there. So these guys have found a place in the side. There is no Ambati Rayudu though. Right. So this selection committee, while everything else will be talked about, this one thing might just slip on the under the radar, that they may have just started looking ahead for beyond Ambati Rayudu in the Indian middle order setup. Rahane comes back as an opener in my opinion, and Suresh Raina is also back. So they do want some amount of solidity or some experience in the lower middle order with Virat Kohli at number 3. So they've tried to just balance it out quite nicely. So yes, pretty much the side that Mahendra Singh Dhoni would have wanted.
Okay, since you mentioned Suresh Raina there, Aakash, he's made a comeback almost after a year into the Indian ODI team. Now, many believe that he is a must in any ODI team. Me included, I believe he's a good one-day player. But then if I was to look at just the performances on the basis of where you pick up, the only domestic cricket he played was Duleep Trophy. Not great performances there. So what do you make of this recall?
You know, when you talk about someone like Suresh Raina, a proven performer, yes, performance is paramount, and that's how you judge people and you select people. But if you were to pick somebody for ODI cricket based on what he did in Duleep Trophy cricket, which is a 4-day tournament, that would be slightly unfair. Sure. He had a middling IPL, so it's not that he had a great IPL either. But then Suresh Raina sooner or later will have to find a place in this Indian setup. Thinking about the lower middle order batting or the lack of strength that we have there, which was exposed maybe last few matches. So
Okay.
Suresh Raina was needed with Mahendra Singh Dhoni to bat at number 5 and 6. So these two will be there, and I hope that he fires, because he does provide that
Right.
balance that you're always looking for in an ODI team.